Need to get the right window for it. Have I not set up a Minecraft window? I don't think I've set up a Minecraft window. Welcome, everyone, to the Void. The new game. It's all about nothing and blank space. You get you are very robotic right now. So
Oh goodness. How's this?
currently it sounds good.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Yep, we will indeed.
It's gotten to the point where I just realized, okay, I'm gonna probably have to rotate around every 15 minutes.
I guess I'm gonna need to keep my phone up. So my phone got a little dinged, but like,
Yeah, I kind
well,
of guess when you told
actually,
me, you left it.
okay. Let me rephrase. My phone didn't get a little dinged. The case and the screen protector got a little dinged.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's much better.
Yeah,
That's easier to replace than the actual phone where
it's
you
not
sit there and
even
go,
like so
oh,
like it's not even so bad that like it's not even like
you
so
even
bad
care
that
enough to get it
it's like
replaced.
noticeable. Like it's not even really noticeable.
Well,
Like
there you
I
go.
almost didn't even notice it until like a little while ago.
Well, there you go. That's all that matters.
Like I didn't even notice the case part until right now. This case is really good. I
There
like
you
this
go.
case. I liked it on my old phone too. It's good, but it's got like little dings in the top corner and the lower corner, and then the screen
Mm-hmm.
protector has like a little bit of a rough edge on it now.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but overall, it's like I'm only just like noticing these things now.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Okay,
still sound like
getting back to the
the
whole
thing's working.
welcoming thing. Hey, hi everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Uh, hey, so had a weird, slightly stressful Monday. Nothing too big though, nothing like life altering. But as you can hear, I've been talking about my phone, and more particularly my phone case being a little dinged up. Well, me and my scatterbrained mind, while I was trying to tend to my teenager being very upset this morning because he slept through his alarms. He didn't actually have an exam today, by the way, but he wanted to go to his friend's
Okay.
house. He wanted to go to his friend's house, and he figured the easiest way to do that would be to just go to school, meet up with his friend, and then ride with his friend on the bus home.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's what he did.
Okay, I was about to say, because at first we said, oh yeah, he missed his alarms and he was upset about it. I'm like, oh, that's an unusual teenage moment where you just sit there and go, okay, you're actually upset that you overslept.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's usually upset if he
That's
oversleeps.
unusual.
He's usually upset if he oversleeps because then he knows that I'm not going to give him like extra time because it's like, yeah, I have to go to work. You know? Like I have to go to work, so we are leaving at the time that we leave. You know? It's like, you will be as ready as you are able to be by that time. You know? If you
I
have
like
not
that. I like
gotten
that.
ready, if you have not gotten ready enough for you, then I'm sorry, but we're
Whatever,
still
whatever
going.
condition is, that's, I like that. Whatever your condition is, that's how you're leaving. What? Yeah, yeah. Whatever your condition is at the time of we need to leave now. I just stared at you like, yeah, yeah, get out there. But just get out. But I'm not yet. You are. You're ready enough.
You have your bag. You have your bag that you never unpacked since yesterday or since the other day when you got home from school.
I can say that.
Then yes, you're
Yeah,
ready.
that.
Then
Yeah,
yes,
like
you are
okay,
indeed ready.
you're good. You're good now. That is an actual good point. You just look at a kid and go, "Hey, guess what? You don't unpack your bag, so your bag's ready, and as long as you know, and you're dressed, therefore you're ready to go now." At the end of the conversation.
Well, I suppose if I'm
Oh, you
going
only
to
half
be,
dressed?
I suppose if I'm going to be streaming, I should probably actually turn it on at least easy mode so that it's, so that I actually get some enemies here, huh? So yeah, anyways,
Yeah, I guess.
because of the rush and whatnot, I apparently, in my absent-mindedness this morning, put my phone on top of my car without realizing it and then drove off. My phone apparently was on the side of the road. Somebody in my neighborhood was walking, found it. So when I came looking for it with the Find Your Phone app, they were like, "You looking for your phone?" I'm like, "Yes." "Here, what color's the case?" I'm like, "Purple." And yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Hey, at least in your neighborhood, when they find your phone, they actually keep it instead of just going, "This is mine now."
Well, with the Find Your Phone app, you're able to do a lot of stuff. So like, I could have really just I could have just made sealed the phone entirely remotely. So like, if someone had tried to do that, then it would have basically been useless. I feel like I'm about to be attacked. This is what happens when you turn on monsters.
Well, that makes the scream interesting when you actually having to do that multitasking of talking to people and do the
You guys
actual
stay
thing
over
that you need to do
there.
to live.
You guys stay over there. Don't want you over
It's,
here.
yeah, I gotta say, at least you're not doing one of those screens where you do the hardest mode possible and
Oh,
just try
yeah.
not to die.
No, dude, I just wanted to kind of relax, I
Yes,
just kind of wanted to
yes.
relax. It's very possible that I'm going to say, screw it, it's my stream, I'll do what I want to.
Again, it is your stream.
It's my stream, and I do what I want. I don't know what else to do with that song.
I was say, not like people are telling you what to do at this point.
Yeah, no one's watching me or anything, so
I can say, at this point, you're at that very creative point where you can do everything
Ow!
yourself.
You know what?
And you don't
Screw you guys. I don't want arrows shooting at me while I'm building my house. That was rude. That was just rude.
going, how dare you build a house? That's what they say. How dare you call yourself building houses?
Man, we are just not having luck with your whole connection today.
Time for another rotation.
I guess so.
All right. Is
Feel
this
like
better?
currently it is. Feel like I should make the
All right.
doorway out of wood as well. I'll tell you what. I will turn monsters back on after I build my house. That way I have somewhere to go to escape the monsters when it gets a little overwhelming. You know?
That's fair. That's fair. Again, we're doing this for relaxation, not for the whole thing of trying to trying to survive. Because you
Yeah,
could have put in one of those survival games.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm really not in the mood for doing much of the survival thing right now. I'm gonna build my house.
That's fair.
And then I'm just gonna see, like I've constantly had one of those things where it's like I wanna like actually create everything in the game, you know? It's like I've never done that before. So like just sort of like make that a goal, you know? Just try and make everything. I will have to turn monsters on for some of that though.
Yes.
Because there are some components that you have to get from monsters. So, anywho's. Oh, thank you, Jasmine Lana, too. Thank you for the follow. That's funny.
All right.
I started doing like absolutely nothing and someone followed me for that. That's really nice. I like when I get rewarded for doing nothing.
That's great. That's great. I love it. You sit there and go, okay, I could make all these elaborate plans and come up with these, themes and everything. And today's a nothing day. Wait, what? Yeah, big old nothing burger. I literally just put in something just to do.
Yeah,
And
like
look, someone's following this.
yeah, like quite literally, like before we started up, I was just like, I don't know what I want to play. Okay, I'm gonna play City of Heroes. You know what? No, I don't want to play City of Heroes because none of the heroes or villains are interesting me right now for some reason. So you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna play Minecraft.
I was gonna say it. I think you got City of Heroes out a little while ago because I'm not sure. Have you actually been playing that for the last month? Because I don't think you have.
Dude, so here's the problem. It's like I want to play with some friends, but like none of my friends will play it with me. Like you would, and I know you
Yeah,
would.
yeah, I would. I used to,
But
but yeah, I think I
unfortunately,
was the only one.
yeah, you were the only one that would do it. Like I've tried to get Ganimation to do it with me, and
Let me get
he
the
didn't
game's too
really.
old for him.
I don't know. He's just
Because I do
he's
remember
very
he used to
like
have to think about old games.
he's very like action game oriented. Like the game has to have like a good amount of action. Like currently he's like super into Fortnite and Counter-Strike, I think. And
Okay, so when you say action, you mean like Call of Duty style,
yeah,
team battle style action.
and like I know
Okay,
he's
yeah.
played like the Breath of the Wild game, and I don't think he finished Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not positive about that.
Okay.
But Yeah,
but
like,
not the MMO person.
yeah, pretty much.
The
All right.
only MMO person that I know in our group
Is
is the
Mega
person you
Magic
do
Monk.
play MMOs with, but just a different one.
Yeah, Mega Magic Monkey. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the problem, so like I would play that one on stream too. Like that one's Elder Scrolls Online, by the way, for um and I would
Mm-hmm.
play that on stream, but I can't really because like it requires a lot of like basically
Editing.
running Discord, the
Computer needs to be better.
like running Discord, running Streamlabs, running the the two little avatar bubbles. It's one of those things where it's just like
Computer gives you
um
the blue screen of death when it goes, I can't do anymore,
no,
Captain.
it doesn't do blue screen or anything. It's just more like a um it's more of a um it like lags a lot. Like, wow, that is just some crazy stuff. It's like you were doing just fine, and then it was just like domo arigato, Mister Ropato.
Like what, in the middle of the sentence?
Like you were talking and everything was fine, and then like you started to respond to what I just said, and it was just like everything was just broken up, and then you just responded right there, and everything sounded fine. we really, we really need to get you like some better internet. Need to get me a
Oh
better
man, that is
computer.
I got to keep it.
It seems worse tonight than usual. It seems worse tonight than
Yeah,
usual.
is it storming tonight?
Not over here.
I was gonna say because I was trying to listen. I'm like, I don't hear bad weather, so
Like over here, it's
I'm not
fine.
sure why it's worse. Because I do know if it storms hard, yeah, my internet just goes.
So apparently, my 6-year-old child, or my soon-to-be 6-year-old child, he'll be 6 in like 2 days, thinks that
Hmm.
I am 32, that my favorite color is blue. That's confusing because like all the stuff that I do is
Wait,
purple. That's just weird. That my
wait,
favorite
blue.
food, yeah, my favorite color blue. That's his favorite color.
I'm gonna say, isn't that just his color?
Yeah, that's his favorite color. That my
Okay,
favorite
okay.
food is fries. Don't know where you're getting that from.
Isn't that still his favorite food?
Oh no, his favorite food depends on the day. He might have been interested in fries when he was doing this. And
I was gonna say,
he also says I'm really strong and can lift dumbbells, which, that's true.
well, I'm gonna say that that's a thing that you actually have in your
I'm not
actual,
like, really strong is of course, kind of
he
like
said,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
stronger
yeah, he said.
than I would say that I might be a little stronger than average person because of the fact that
Again, you gotta remember,
I lift weights and stuff. But I mean, it's not like I'm a bodybuilder or
yeah,
anything, and it's not like I'm in like really good shape. It's just that for my job, not obviously not writing and streaming, but for my actual job, I have to lift
hmm
giant things of printing material over my head and walk around with it a lot. So I have to make sure
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
keep
yeah,
at least enough, it's at least strong enough to be able to do stuff like that. You know, to be able to haul 75
yeah,
pound
yeah,
things around, like, you know?
yeah, yeah. Again, I understand, and like I said, I can understand his opinion because I just look at him and go, okay, I see where his brain is, because again, he's about six, so he looks at your weights and go, yeah, that ain't stuff I'm lifting. Yeah, he's strong. I'm like, oh, you know what? That's a fair statement.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
but
like
I look at something I can't lift.
he's actually watched me like work out a few times, cuz like, you know, when he's over here, I still try to get some working out in, you know?
Fair, fair.
Like, obviously I don't I don't do it a ton or anything, but you know, enough to make sure
Hmm.
I'm not like going completely out of shape or anything.
Yeah, fair.
Ah, animation's texting some more. Okay, just saying lol. My reply my reply to that was, suppose there's some accuracies there. So what was I saying? I was talking and then I got interrupted by that.
I was gonna say something about your kid, and his descriptions of you and your favorite colors,
Oh no, no.
foods, and
Before I got interrupted by the child cuteness for Father's Day stuff before they get out of school. I was talking about before that.
oh, let's see, what was that? Um, I think we were just talking about whatever kind of games you wanted to play.
So,
And we were talking about, you didn't feel like playing survival games, and then we got onto
oh yeah, I was
got
talking about
onto
like, yeah.
MMOs.
So yeah, basically if I try, like, I tried doing a stream and Discord and Elder Scrolls all at the same time once
and the,
before.
and the computer went, that's too much.
Yeah. So like, and I've done Elder Scrolls in Discord plenty of times before, and
Okay,
I've
so those
done the
two
Elder
can
Scrolls in
work.
Discord plenty of times since. So obviously it was the streaming software that was causing the lagging.
Yes.
So yeah. Um so yeah, I can't really stream Elder Scrolls. Plus, honestly, I haven't really been in the mood to play Elder Scrolls. You know something? It might be that I'm just not in the mood to play any MMOs right now. I do just kind
Yeah,
of get
because
into the
most of the last
mood.
one you actually played.
I do just kind of get into the mood to play those every now and then I'll play them like almost religiously for like a few months straight, and then I'll just be like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Mhm.
It's one of the reasons I really didn't like
Yeah.
paying the monthly subscription for MMOs,
Oh
because it
yeah, no
was,
one likes that.
yeah, but some people prefer it that way because it gets rid of people, well, people like me, the casuals, you know, the people who actually do just like to be able to pick it up whenever they feel like and put it down without worrying that they've just wasted a bunch of money.
Okay, okay, you know what? Fine. The people who actually join guilds and actually run those kind of organizations and MMOs probably prefer it this way. So that way they at least know people have an active investment of money every month to continue playing this game, and they feel like, oh, I need to play, and because I'm actually paying that subscription fee for this.
Dude, I am finding 0 coal. I am finding no coal. I need to put a light in my house.
And the game goes, yeah, in this mountain there's no coal, but you probably find gold first. Like, what? What?
Damn it.
What?
I haven't found anything useful.
Hey, I remember back when I used to actually, see people play around and look at stuff, and they go, I literally haven't found anything in this world. And they go, yeah, for some reason it all spawned at this point. You're like, what the F?
A coworker was like, one of the things that he likes to do is like start a flat world. What is that? Oh, that was the school talking about baby stars. Graduation ceremony tomorrow. That's what Ganimation likes to call my little one while on stream. Likes to call him Baby Star. And has recently set up a Discord for him so that he can be able to hang out with us on his own Discord while we play Minecraft with each other, so that he wasn't, hogging up Ganimation's Discord. And that's the name that that's the name that Ganimation gave him on there.
Okay. All right.
But
I actually never really thought about having a 6-year-old on Discord. My brain went.
Quite literally, we are the ones that select who his friends are on there. So keep that. Anyone that wants to try and spam his account, keep that in mind. We will completely and totally, without any consideration, delete any requests sent to him that is not from a known source to us. So, just in case some random creeper decides to pop in here, understand that you are not getting anywhere. Okay, so an update. I have found lapis lazuli and 1 piece of iron. I still have yet to find coal. And I just went through a stone axe. I just went through a stone pickaxe.
That's great. That's great. I think I roll one person that's telling me, yep, I found no coal, but I found gold.
You might need to try all of what you just said again, because I did not get any of it.
Alright, how's this?
It is not good.
Okay. Let's try a different one. How about this?
That's sounding okay. Oh, something I just found out today, by the way. So I've been trying to like watch the newest season of Andor. And I just realized that there was a character in there who is the same actress that plays Belinda Chandra in Doctor Who. The new companion.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same actress. I forget her name in Andor. Let me check her name in Andor right quick. I looked her up looked it up just to verify, to make sure I wasn't just being racist. Because I'm like, I hope I'm not. I usually can tell. It's like I'm usually pretty decent at telling people apart. Cinta Kaz. I don't know if you remember her. I think she was in the first season. Yeah,
Okay.
she was in the first season of Andor.
Okay.
She was in episodes 4 through 12. Except for 9.
Got it.
But yeah. So yeah, she this it's the same actress that plays Belinda in the new Doctor's Companion.
All right.
And speaking of, oh my lord, what the frick? This, I don't get why it's so bad tonight. So, anyways,
Okay.
talking about Doctor Who, so the newest episode it was like a song contest. So
Okay. Okay. So
it was basically like
this is
like
another musical episode.
not I finally found some coal. So it wasn't a musical episode. It was like you know, like America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent or something. They were saying
Oh.
they were saying it was like a thing from Australia. I'm gonna look it up right quick. I forgot that I'm supposed to be paying attention to the chat on my phone too.
One too many things to be paying attention to.
That's not what I wanted to look at. I hate when it's like trying to load stuff. Like when their phones loading stuff and like you go to tap a link, but then like the whole thing just jumps and now it's on. Okay, so I'm gonna look up this Rylan Clark guy. Cause he plays himself in this. Which means obviously that he actually hosts this thing.
Basically, it's like they just went, you know what? This is just American Idol. That's all this is.
All right, Rylan Clark. Rylan Clark. Okay, so he was on X Factor.
X Factor.
X Factor in the UK, specifically.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
He's like the
there's
host.
plenty of X Factor.
He's like the host of X Factor in the UK.
Gotcha.
So that's why it was like so much of a thing. Like basically, so basically at the beginning of this thing, he is unfrozen from cryo sleep, and apparently he just every single time that he gets done doing one of his performances, he's put back in cryo sleep to do it again in a few more years.
What?
Yeah.
They literally just freeze them.
Yeah.
And go, we'll start you out for the next thing. You're like,
yeah.
How old are you? Like,
So like,
don't make me think about it.
at the very beginning he's like, oh, hello, and he's like, so what year is it? Huh? Okay. And what's the name of the show? Where are we? All right. Okay. And then he goes out and just starts doing his thing.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You know, it has so many implications. That has so oh my, can you imagine? Can you just imagine that world where you literally at one point, you're that person that went, yeah, I signed this contract. What does this contract entail you doing? Oh, it tells me doing these certain shows for this company.
Yeah.
Okay, for how long? What you mean?
Forever.
For how long? What you mean? When it's over, it's over. Like, you didn't read your contract, did you? Wait, what? Yeah. Look at that fine print right there where they get to cryo freeze you. Wait, what? Yeah. Until this company stops being a thing, or the earth explodes. You're doing this. Wait, what? No, no, this is terrible. What did I do? What Faustian deal did I make? Think about that. That is horrifying when you realize. Wait, they own. Yeah, they put you on show and dethaw you whenever it's time to do another show.
Yep.
Oh no.
So, anyways, so Belinda the doctor happened to be in a like a little booth. It's like a VIP booth for the show.
Did Belinda ever actually decide to actually really be a companion, or she still just
Oh
kind of?
no, she like the entire goal for this whole season is just to get Belinda home. Like
So she's
they
still
have been trying. Like one of the things that they've been doing is they keep going around. He's like basically doing like this weird triangulation thing through space and time to make it to where they can get home. So that they can get her home. Because they found out a whole lot of things, and one of the things that they find out at the end of this episode is actually the fact that the day that she left is the day that Earth was destroyed. So they're trying to figure out what's going on here. So like the next episode is going to either be like the season finale, or it's gonna be like a 2-part thing, like I don't know. I don't know how many more episodes are left in the season, but they're about to do the season finale stuff.
Okay, I was gonna say usually I think last year there were only 8 episodes.
I don't remember.
I think that's how many was last year.
Keep on popping over here. Alright, Doctor Who. Okay, so the next episode is called Wish World, apparently.
Okay.
So browse episodes, see all. Alright, so they had 8 episodes in the last season.
Yep.
Not counting the
Because I remember a lot of people kind of upset with just 8 episodes.
Okay, so yes, they're doing like a 2-parter thing. So Wish World and then the Reality War. Those are the
Is it?
last
Is
two
it? Does it still seem to be
episodes.
another 8 episode run
Yeah, still 8
for the
episodes.
second season?
Still 8
I wish they
episodes.
went back to actually doing normal episode counts for Doctor Who.
Well, you have to remember one of the reasons they're doing this like this is because of the fact that Disney is involved, Disney Plus is involved now, and they're like,
Yeah, yeah.
we can't
I've
promise
been
a
hearing things.
ton. Disney Plus is not gonna be involved when they continue after the next season. Disney Plus is bowing
Yeah,
out
I've been
because
hearing.
it's not doing as well as they had hoped.
Oh, would you look at that the show that is like mostly mostly British is not doing that well on Disney.
Yeah.
It,
Who'd have thunk?
oh no! Especially when Disney decided to
Alright.
dump a bunch of money into it, and it was a show
Mm.
that for the last 60 years has been doing. Hey, look, there's this rock chord guy over here. Can we change it like 15 different colors for 15 different episodes? Wait, what? Yeah, the same rock chord. We're gonna use it forever. We're just gonna put different shades of light. We'll even paint the rocks at one point. Who cares? Whatever to make it look slightly different.
I want some
Oh my god.
sand. Because I want to
It
make
was always that
windows
show
for
that
my
was made on
house.
a budget.
Yeah. I just love
With the
like
worst CGI
the
effects.
the thing, like the whole intro thing for like the first season of the show, like not the
Mm,
not the Christopher Eccleston season, but like the actual first season of the show. Like the little thing that they do at the intro.
mm,
The way that they did that was the
mm,
same way that I did a similar thing when I was in like I think I was in senior in high school, and I just happened like I was like doing something and I just happened to point the camera at the TV while the camera was showing what was on the TV, or not
mm-hmm.
not no while the TV was showing what was being recorded through the camera. Like that's the
Mm-hmm.
exact same way that they figured out how to do that little intro thing. Like they like when I heard about that, I like laughed my ass off because I was like, that's the same thing that I did when I was doing a stupid video project. They did.
Mm-hmm.
My teacher did not appreciate my video project, but I felt that it expressed more than anyone else expressed because everyone else was taking it seriously, and I was like, it's politics. You shouldn't take it seriously. The moment you take it seriously is the moment that you have lost because it's politics and it's all stupid. But yeah, essentially what it was we were supposed to make a campaign video for a fake politician and whatnot. And
You were supposed to take that seriously.
apparently apparently having a
Okay,
dog
okay.
and a cat run for an office was not serious enough. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually put some thought into this too, especially after we had a mishap with some of our video. So like we did like a whole thing with my dog, and it was like doing like the good candidate thing. We even got to speak to the mayor, and the mayor was like super interested in it and was like, yeah, I will totally meet with your dog and we will totally do a thing, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
it was so cool, right? And then we had a slight
Okay.
mishap. We had a slight mishap where some of the recording for the dog got messed up. Um so like I was just like, shit, what are we gonna do? And I came up with this idea to since we lost like half our footage, I came up with an idea to basically do two candidates, the dog and then the cat, right? And the cat was doing a
Mm-mm.
mudslinging campaign. I thought it was a really interesting way of doing it because it was showing how like one candidate can do, I'm the good guy type thing, right? And another
Uh-huh.
candidate can make that candidate look bad, right?
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, apparently because we did animals, we didn't take it seriously enough. We still got a passing grade, but he was upset with us.
You
And
know what?
like
This kind of reminds me.
our video was the only video that he refused to play in class. Like
You know what? I would have been that person.
all the other videos were played in class, and ours was the only one that he refused to play in class. And like later on, like when I went to ask him about it, he's like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you and your group about this.
There you go. Those are the words you want to hear. Where the teacher goes, I need to sit you down after class. Wait, what? I need you to know something. Like, oh great.
Like you
That's
didn't
how good I did this. Like, no, that's how bad you did this.
like
I want you to understand this.
basically
Yo, no.
he gave us a passing grade because he recognized that we did put effort into it.
You did the assignment.
Yeah,
You
we did
technically
the
did the
assignment.
assignment.
We just didn't do the assignment the way he wanted, and he docked us.
Yeah.
He basically made it to where the highest grade we could possibly get was a C.
Yes. One of those moments you just look at a person and go, so we did the assignment by the book, but we didn't do it in the flavor you like.
Yeah, pretty
So we're getting
much.
C. Yeah. I know those
Oh,
teachers.
I just remembered something
I
that
know
I
those
could
teachers with.
do, but I don't.
Hmm.
Oh, I just remembered something that I could have done, but I don't feel like replacing the roof anymore. Okay, so I made a little house. Now I need to make a bed, I guess.
But yeah. You need to tailor your work to the teacher that you're doing it for, in order to get the grade you want.
I mean, like he
Because
was a
if
young
you get,
teacher. Like you can never tell when it comes to young teachers. Like young teachers, they're gonna go one of two ways. They're gonna either be the hard ass or they're gonna be fun. You know?
hey, young teachers can start out as fun and then turn into the oh god,
Yeah,
how did
yeah.
your year go this
I fully get that too.
bad? That you
But again, they are always
because
going
I
to
had
be
one.
one or the other. You
Yeah, I
know?
had this science teacher that started out as the fun science teacher with all these hopes and dreams and all this gun ho attitude. And by the end of the year, she turns to that old teacher with the coffee mug. You're like, you're the same person, right? Why do I feel like you're a chain smoker now? Why do I feel like you're literally just going, life's hard now? Like what happened? Like a year of teaching did this to you. I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right.
sorry that everybody else is so bad.
I've made a house. Now, let's see.
But yeah. I don't think Doctor Who is gonna wasn't really meant to be on Disney.
But yeah, so
It gave it a
anyways,
good try though.
I mean, like they've been doing good in my opinion for it. Like I love Shooty. There are a few things that seem definitely that Disney had a hand in with,
Oh yeah,
influence on some stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah. Of course.
at the end of the day, I actually do think that it's been a pretty decent run.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
I
said,
know
this isn't
I'm
this
not
isn't a bad run.
like I know I'm not, you know, the people, like I know a lot of people tend not to think that, you know? Like it's definitely a
Well,
thing.
I'll be honest. So far, at least for the people I talked to about Doctor Who, the only run that people kind of don't like is, I'll be honest, so far it's usually Jodie Whittaker's run.
I liked her.
When you sit down and you ask a lot of Doctor Who fans, okay, which episodes are you focusing on? Which ones do you like? Which ones are this, that, and the other? And then they go, okay, what was the suckiest season? And
I
a
thought
lot of
Jodie
people,
Whittaker was fun. Like she seemed so joyful,
oh
you
yeah, yeah,
know?
she seems joyful. It's just that, I, honestly, I think it was the director for her actual episodes, and a lot of her episodes were, I'll be honest, a lot more political than the others.
And to be
She had a
fair,
lot more political episodes.
Doctor Who's always been had a plenty of political things. It's just
Oh yeah, yeah, they have. But I did notice
I will
a
say
difference.
they were a little less um covert about them in her run.
I'm
In
gonna say it wasn't really covert anything. They were hitting you over the head with so many episodes.
Yeah,
They really wanted you to know.
but I enjoyed her episodes.
But yeah, when I asked a lot of people, like I think the last time me and you were talking about a lot of things, we can name a bunch of episodes of a bunch of the other doctors with various things. But then we came to, like, thinking about Jimmy Whittaker's, uh, we just went, oh, we got to actually sit down and think about this. Not because of, how to put this.
I mean, like I liked pretty much all her episodes.
They were all, I could, they were all fine.
Like I can't think of one that I didn't like. Like I can understand some of them being ones that people who are less secure in their ideals, like I can understand them not liking some of the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But you really would have thought that most Doctor Who fans would be a little bit better than that.
Dude, no, I don't. You gotta remember, this is a show that's been about an old white man for the past 60 years.
Hasn't always been old. I mean, like technically old, but like, David Tennant and Matt Smith were young when they got the
I'm
role.
gonna say they did it. Matt Smith were trying to get away from that being younger, but still white man. And then the first time we got away from that at all, we got together,
And then, of course, we went to Shooty
and
Gadawa,
then they all,
and we went to Shooty
yes.
Gadawa, and of course, plenty of people are like, I just don't like Doctor Who. This season of Doctor Who, for some reason, just doesn't feel right, and it's just like,
Just look at you.
Wonder what the one thing that's different is, huh?
Oh,
Could it possibly be
that
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 it's a
that Tilly.
gay black man playing the doctor?
I'm like, oh, that's Tilly. That's interesting.
It's like, and then before that, you didn't seem to like it too much then either because something was just a little different. Wonder, could it be the fact that the doctor was a woman now?
Yeah, like I said, this Doctor Who does have a fan base,
All
and
right,
when
so
you do listen to the Doctor side of that fan base, you realize, oh, this ain't great. But oh no.
one of my favorite phrases from someone from a Whovian that I feel should be what most Whovians should be striving for was made by this one person who it was when Jodie Whittaker was first announced, and apparently she told her husband that the doctor was going to be a woman. He's like, good. It's about time I get to have a crush on the doctor. Hey, there's a sheep. I've been looking for you guys. I need more of you. I need more. I need 2 more. I could have gone and found some shears, but I didn't. I didn't find any flint.
Didn't have sheep.
I didn't have sheep to begin
I
with.
was gonna say, if you don't have sheep,
I
why
just-
would you make shears?
Well, I was looking for sheep, but I need flint to be able to make shears, and I hadn't found any flint. I hadn't found any flint yet.
Gotcha.
Oh shit! I forgot. I don't remember where my home is.
That's great.
No idea where my home is right now. Let me get to the top of this tree. Maybe I can see it. I can't see it. Trees! Trees everywhere! I am on a planet of trees! Okay, seriously, where is my home? This is why I needed a bed. Because then I could just respawn.
You didn't make the bed like you planned on it. You got distracted.
No, I was trying to find sheep. And then I got lost. I was trying to find sheep and I got lost. God, there are so many trees. Like, Lord. Man, there's so many trees. This is like crazy here. Okay, I know that I'm... there's a sheep. I'm gonna go kill that sheep. Alright, I just need 1 more to make a bed. I see you. I see you. So anyways, getting back to the actual episode description. So that you actually can experience Doctor Who even though you can't see it right now. So yeah, so Rylan comes out and introduces the Interstellar singing competition. I found my house. Just kind of stumbled upon it. So he introduces the Interstellar singing competition, and the Doctor and Belinda, like, the Doctor had already set up the whole thing to do the scanning thing, and he set it up, and Belinda was like entranced by the fact that Rylan was there, and because apparently Rylan's. You remember how Ryan Seacrest was with people with American Idol?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically it's about the same thing.
Gotcha.
So, um, so yeah, she's like enamored by the fact that Rylan's there, and then they introduce the singing competition, and the Doctor and Belinda are like, "Oh, we're staying." And then you get to see Mrs. Flood in the audience looking at the Doctor
Again.
do his thing. And with the transmitter thing. And then she has like a little
Mm-hmm.
device. She has a little device. And the device seems to be picking something up from the Doctor's device. So yeah,
So when you
it's
say device,
yeah, she has like this little device that's like doing something because of what the Doctor's doing. So
okay.
like she has like the reason why she is always there is because she's quite literally following him so that she can get something for this little device.
Has the show actually, told you what she is yet?
End of the episode. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon. So, anyways, the show gets kind of, heist taken over by these group of aliens known as Hellions or something like that. And
Okay, monster of the week.
they're
Gotcha.
not monsters. That's the thing with this. They're not actually monsters. They're people. So apparently the Hellions. Apparently there's like some honey, and the Hellions. The honey comes from Hellion horns. So like what's actually going on is these people are upset that the company that's doing this keeps on getting away with it, and on top of that keeps on blaming the destruction of their planet on them, on like the Hellions doing stuff, and just kind of, and like Hellions have basically become, you know, I mean it's just a racist thing.
Gotcha.
They were being used, they were being slaughtered, and then the company was making it out like they were doing it to themselves, and were hiding the fact that it was the company doing it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they basically manufactured racism in order to hide what they were doing, what the company was doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's that's the basic thing right there.
Okay.
So they basically were taking over. It was these two kids from that race, and they were taking over the thing because you find out later that they were planning on broadcasting a signal that was going to essentially, it was going to be like a pulse sound signal that
Mm-hmm.
if it if it lasted too long, would kill people because of its resonance.
Okay.
And so yeah, like that was their plan. They were going to kill everyone watching the show.
Gotcha.
And apparently there were 3 trillion people watching this show. So
Okay then.
yeah, pretty hardcore there.
All right. There you go.
So the first thing they did, though, in order to make sure that they had less people to deal with, the first thing they did was they took out the audience. And by taking out, they're on a space station.
Oh.
And it is...
Oh.
It has a skylight.
Yeah.
And the skylight
I could say
has a bubble of atmosphere that it maintains.
Still simply burst the bubble.
Yep.
Oh. Yep.
So, yeah. That was the owl. That hurt. That was their plan, basically. Where did my music go? Like, Minecraft's being very quiet with music right now. It's weird. But, so they released it, and the doctor went up into space, but he recognized what they were about to do and did a thing with the sonic screwdriver to expand the bubble. So that I don't think these are going up right. Are these going up right? No, they're not. Of course they're not. This is what I get for trying to be special. Ah, no, my stairs. So yeah. He of course goes up into space. And he has like a vision or something. Okay, I'm done trying to be special with this thing. I'm gonna do it the same way that I did the other roof. The stairs are not working as easily as I had hoped. So I am removing the stairs. I guess I'm gonna go swim down and pick up all the stairs that fell down into the deep blue. But yeah, he did a thing, because he was doing a thing, he was not inside the pod when the pod was saved from that fate. Like when people in the pods were saved from that fate. Belinda was, of course. And he had a vision, and his vision seemed to be of Susan.
Okay.
Like it seemed to be a vision of Susan. An old Susan, mind you. But it did seem to be a vision of Susan.
Okay. Okay.
So, when he had that vision, he he woke up and didn't die, and then used a confetti cannon to propel himself back to the space station, where a couple guys who had been unable to get into their booth because some people were already in their booth, yeah, they were actually very upset about that at first, but you know, then when they didn't get sucked out into space, they were a little less upset about the Doctor and Belinda being in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
seats.
yeah. That. Yeah, that. When you sit there and go, wait, is everyone going out into space? Oh, then it's a good thing I didn't have my seat. Yeah, yeah. Carry on. Carry on.
So the person who got the seat, his boyfriend, husband, it didn't actually exactly say what their relation was, but they were at least together. Apparently he is either I think he was a nurse, I think is what he identified himself as.
Okay.
So the Doctor this season just keeps on finding nurses. So yeah. So that he manages to resuscitate the Doctor. Not really resuscitate. He just gave him like an epinephrine pen, I think, an
Oh,
EpiPen or something. You know, one of
okay.
those things to like kickstart the heart. One of those shot things that kickstarts the heart. So, so yeah, and the Doctor thought that Belinda had been sucked into space and killed. So we got to see Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor get angry and go too far during this episode.
Okay. All right.
Like he was angry, like proper angry. You know, like
Well,
the oncoming storm angry.
yeah, like I said, this is a doctor that was coming fresh off the David Tennant train. I'm okay with that because again the two doctors in the new season in technical new Who that you go, yeah, they the angriest is David Tennant and Peter Capaldi. You
Yeah,
just
it's just one of those things. It was just one of those things where it's like quite literally this is the first time that you see him get angry. Like he has never gotten angry before. I just made
this
a
is the
ton
happy
of
doctor.
I just made a ton of stone slabs. I didn't mean to make this many stone slabs. I was going to use some of that cobblestone to do the rest of the roof. But I accidentally held shift while I did it, and now I've got a bunch of stone slabs. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this many stone slabs. But yeah, like he goes in there and he's like just so like he basically wants to kill the guy with 100 paper cuts, but in this particular scenario, it's not paper cuts, it's electric shocks. So he's like, I'm gonna give you an electric shock for every single person that you killed. or every single person that you wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
kill. Not every single person that you killed, but every single person you wanted to kill.
and what it was like a couple of a few trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and then Belinda shows up, and of course, he calms down and comes to his senses, and then he's like frightened of himself. Like
Hey, at least this doctor's frightened of himself.
Yeah, Matt Smith
I think the last time,
Peter Capaldi
I was saying,
was usually
Matt.
Peter Capaldi usually had enough sense to know himself. Like, he was proper angry, which
It's
made
not
it...
like one episode where he actually, literally had to be memory wiped.
Yeah. But yeah, so...
Peter Capaldi don't win as David Tennant literally, stood there and would have died if his companion didn't actually drag him out of, the genocide he was doing at one point.
Yeah. Like, pretty much...
You got to remember the
Honestly,
doctor.
I feel like Jodie Whittaker, she's like the only one that didn't have like one of those moments, isn't she? Out of the new doctors. Hold on.
We got Christopher Eccleston and the Daleks.
Yeah.
We have David and Reddick.
Right.
We got Matt Smith and and a whole bunch of stuff.
He wanted to destroy. He wanted to destroy an entire federation because they kidnapped Amelia.
Yes. He literally did the whole Colonel Runaway thing. He just did go, I already beat the man. Yeah, but I want him to have the name Colonel Runaway. What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take his name Colonel Runaway. And I want him to run away. Like, oh my god, okay. And then you have Peter Capaldi.
Hold on, you might need to move before you continue talking, because you've been breaking up a lot, but it's just been barely doable, but now it seems to be changing just a little bit to the point of not workable.
Okay, how's this?
Alright, so far so good.
But yeah, you have Peter Capaldi with, the day that, he literally, broke out of a time loop, his special, Californian time prison and went F everything. I'm the bad guy now.
Yeah.
And then you had Jodie Whittaker, who actually didn't actually have that moment.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
She had to deal with, the world, the universe collapsing upon itself.
Yeah.
Or,
that's what I thought.
all of, all the angels just deciding that, you know what, we're gonna just make sure that you die specifically, and we're gonna turn you into an angel.
Yeah, that's what I
Literally
thought.
just gonna turn
She
it out to an angel. How about that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that she didn't actually have one of those moments like the other new doctors.
No.
So people
She
watching
never
the
had
stream,
that moment.
People watching the stream might be wondering what I'm doing with this little house in the back of my house. Well, as I said earlier in this stream, some might have forgotten, but I sure did not. I want to try and make everything. Well, how do you make sure you make everything? You have places to keep it. This is going to be a storehouse to keep all of the wooden items that I make.
Maybe that's why people may not like as much Jodie Whittaker's daughter as much. She didn't have that darkness.
Interesting.
Now that I'm thinking about it and I'm saying it out loud, is that the only real difference?
I mean, it's possible.
And besides being a woman,
I feel like being a woman.
just besides that.
I feel like being a woman is going to be one of the biggest reasons why you have some people who are
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And it's very annoying and unfortunate.
Yes.
And I hate that we live in a world where there are so many people
That's how it works, man.
who are like that.
Hey, I'm just happy that we with Shooty we got a black one.
Yeah.
I called it a good day.
And I really
I was
love
like,
him.
oh look, I never thought this would actually happen.
I really love him so much. Like, he is so wonderful. Like, not just because he's really attractive. Okay, I know I've said that plenty, but that's not the only reason
I'm gonna say
why I
that
think
that
he's
is
wonderful.
one of your selling points for him. Yes, I know.
Like, he is just in general really wonderful. You know?
Like I said, I like his rendition of the Doctor. He actually did a nice upbeat version of the Doctor, which
And like that's one of the reasons why this episode where he finally showed that darkness was so crazy. You know? Like, that's one of the reasons why it was so crazy. Because, like, he had just always been so fun, or, like, there were plenty of times where he was sad. But this was literally the first time that you're like, oh, there's the darkness.
Yeah, the darkness. There's the Doctor. Hello, Doctor. How you doing, Doctor? I haven't seen you since the time you started that. The time you defeated the Federation. How's things been? No more criminal runaways for a while, huh? Okay, okay. Because he literally, in the other timeline, he pretty much destroyed everything, so no one actually survived that. Except for two people that technically shouldn't have survived because one person, what was that girl's name? Me? What was her actual name? I remember that episode, forgot her actual name. Because she forgot it.
So, yeah, she forgot her name. I can look her up right
Yeah,
quick.
and that's another thing that you sit there and go, that's a dark episode. Those are some dark episodes. We realized, oh God, the Doctor did what?
Ashildr.
Yeah, the Doctor did this.
Her name was
Yeah, that's right,
Ashildr.
Ashildr. Yeah, and you sit there and go, the Doctor did this to a person. You're like,
Like,
oh,
he did it
he
trying
did,
to
didn't he?
help.
Yes, he is. He was trying to help, but technically, he did this to a person, and they literally live forever because he did this. And you sit there and go, you have the ability to do this multiple times if you wanted to, technically. And then you go, oh yeah, this is why I don't. This person, look at this person. They're not happy.
All right, so
They are almost just insane. They probably are insane because I think she was.
well, there were times when, like, I think at the very end, when she came back and got Clara, I think that point, she had gotten to a point where she was more sane.
I think at that point she looped around, man. Because remember, there was that episode that you realized, oh, oh dear, you need people. Like, and when the doctor looks at you, go, you don't need to be low, and you just sit there, and go, isn't this the pot calling the kettle? What's happening?
All right.
Like,
I need to find a birch tree. Give me a birch
but yeah,
tree.
now that I think about it,
That's not a birch tree. Birch tree is the one with like the white on it. I think there it is. I think that's a birch tree.
yeah, even with Matt Smith, he was a doctor that everybody went, yeah, he's nice until
Yeah,
so he
he's like
wasn't.
super lovable and always wonderful, and then he's scary. The thing about Matt
And you just sit there
Smith's
and go,
the thing about Matt Smith's scary was the fact that like the entire time he still seems like the same person, which makes it scarier.
yes.
Like with Shooty, he actually seemed to turn into a different person. You know, and that was one of the reasons why it was scary for him. Because he actually seemed to become a different person. You know, but like with Matt Smith, it's like he was the same person. And that's what made him even scarier. You know?
And then you have just plain old David Tennant. We just said, okay, so you only have 3 modes. You have
Time
best friend
Lord.
mode, romance mode, and murder.
Yeah. Time Lord Supremacer.
Those are the
What was it? What was it? Time Lord.
take a seat. Time Lord Victorious.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and look at a man and go, you understand how evil you are when the people you save literally go home and off themselves.
Yeah.
I want you to understand that. That's literally the whole reason why he didn't just, become another version of the master. Because at that point he was just like, you know what? F time. I'm the king of time. F y'all. I do what I want. I say who I want. Time means nothing to me.
Like, I am the last of the Time Lords, so I make all the rules. But that's not how it works, my friend.
And he goes, F you, yes it does, and there's nothing you can do about it because I have the power.
Except kill
You just
myself.
Go, yeah, that. And you just sit there and go, well, that I guess that did need to happen because if it didn't, he would have been validated. He would have been validated in his brain because he literally just saved everybody he could save and disrupted the timeline to the point of it over and told it what to do. One of the few times you're like, okay, I understand this show, but I'm going to all the stuff in this show. Bad stuff supposed to happen to you when you do this. And this show just goes, you know what? Not today. Not today. And then it just goes, you know what? This is why not. This moment is why not, because this first occurrence.
Yep.
And the only thing he ends up doing in that whole episode is saving 2 other people that were actually okay with being saved.
Yeah. And from everything that you saw, their lives weren't going to them being alive was not going to change anything too much.
Yeah. I think one of the lines in the show was, "Their lives weren't the ones that mattered. It was hers." And he literally just looked at it with, "Yeah. Saving you is the thing that's actually my bill notch. Saving you is the thing that I'm going, yeah." And you're just like, oh no. Oh,
This is probably seeming like such a boring stream at this point because I'm just like sitting here just like, what's next on my list of things to make? Granite wall. Do I have? Oh, granite wall, not granite. I do not
but yeah,
have
yeah.
enough of that.
When it comes to different doctors, you just sit there and go, yeah. Almost every doctor had that darkness in them. The closest we got to with Jodie Whittaker was the fact that she found out that her life is a lie.
Yeah.
That's what Jodie Whittaker went through. Jodie Whittaker is the doctor that went, this isn't my 13th reincarnation. This is my
Who?
who knows how many
Yeah.
combination.
Who the hell
Okay.
knows?
And then you go,
Um.
this is also the doctor goes, oh, technically I'm not Gallifreyan.
Oh, so
Oh,
yeah.
I technically am the one that Gallifreyans are based off of.
So yeah.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, the whole place they getting saved, because the doctor's new gay friends. One of them is an expert in holograms, and the other is a nurse. And you add those two together, you create holograms that made of hard light, which can actually, you know, become physical
Uh,
and can reach out to grab everyone that's floating in space inside the bubble, basically cryogenically frozen instead of being dead.
okay.
And then they come back into a cryogenic chamber that was Ryland's cryogenic chamber. And the nurse revives them, and they are alive. And they have to do this like
Okay.
100,000 times. So obviously, the doctor does not stay there for all 100,000 times. He has already found out from a hologram that the Earth was destroyed on the same day that Belinda left the Earth. And they ran to the TARDIS to head to the Earth. And when they get there, the door to the TARDIS explodes.
Of course it does.
Oh wait, that's the stuff I need right there. Shoot, I was passing it up. Anyways, then later you go back to them and they're reviving the last person. And guess who it is? Mrs.
Good old Mrs. Flood.
Flood. And she goes, is he still here? And they're like, no, the doctor left. How do you know the doctor? It's like, oh, good. Being frozen the way that was is not good for a time lady's heart. And
Okay.
she regenerates. And you find out
All right then.
that her name is the Vera.
Oh, huh.
Yep. Brought another classic Who villain.
Yep. Yep.
Which explains why there's some Susan hints too.
Yeah, yeah. It does seem like they're strongly heading towards, trying to figure out where Susan actually ended up,
So
which I'm always just kind of sitting here going, it took y'all this long to actually tap into that? Why? This
yeah,
was a story plot that any of you could have picked
like
up at any time.
it's really one of those things. It's like, it seems like something that should have been picked up by Classic Who at one point. You
You know,
know,
honestly, this should have been picked up in Classic Who around Tom Baker's era. That's what this should have been picked up. It's like, oh yeah, my granddaughter.
but
She
yeah,
obviously doesn't know what I look like right now. Let's go and see what how she doing.
but yeah, they're
See
picking it
if
up
I can
now.
bring get grandkids.
They're picking it up now. So,
You know what that means, right? But
uh,
in another 20 years, you're gonna finally pick up that version of when the doctor and what was it Donna had that was it Donna and the doctor that had that hatched child. What was it?
yeah, the doctor. It was just the doctor.
It was
You're talking about the one that David Tennant's wife played, right?
yeah,
Georgia Moffat.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, that was just the doctor.
yeah. The
It
one
was
that
like
just
a
literally
cloning
went off
thing.
into space, and we never talked about ever again.
But that's the thing. It has been talked about. She has done. She's done audiobooks.
Audiobooks,
So like, that's
audiobooks.
the thing that you have to remember. Like when it comes to Doctor Who, like everything continues. Um, it's just like some of it might not be on screen. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
even the Eighth Doctor has some actual adventures. It's just they're all like audiobooks or audio broadcasts or books
Mm-hmm.
or comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very similar to like how like Star Wars currently is, where it's like there's a bunch of stuff out there and all of it's canon, but a lot of people are not going to have the patience to try and get all of it. I mean, I know, like, for one, it's like the patience and the actual ability to, too, because, like, I don't have the ability to get all the stuff for Doctor Who, and I definitely don't have the time for it.
Yep.
But I do recognize that, like, all that stuff has happened. You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's just like nothing ever really gets completely abandoned, but I think Susan did. Like Susan, I think is like one of the only things that has not come up in any other Doctor Who source. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check that right quick.
I'm almost sitting here going, watch there be a Susan audiobook.
So I'm checking it. Appearances, C list. Alright. So got Doctor Who season 1, season 2. She was in an anniversary special. She was in a couple anniversary specials.
That makes sense.
I think some of this stuff might just be flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that definitely. Oh, and then the most recent one. So there was a Doctor Who series 7 that she was in, but I feel like that was probably, yeah, that's the name of the Doctor. So that was just one of those little flashback type things.
Yeah.
She didn't actually appear in that. So there's a home video, the 5 Doctor special that she apparently was in for a bit. Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, the bad
Ready?
doctors.
Ready for some stuff that you probably didn't know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yes, she is in apparently a lot of audio stuff. Like a lot.
I knew she had to have an audio book at this point since, almost 60 years ago. I'm like, this is a storyline that should have been picked up so long ago.
So, yeah, she is in a lot of audio stuff. One of the first things happened in 1994. And it quite literally is called Whatever Happened to Susan Foreman.
Wow. Literally just going, this is the book that just tells you point blank. This is what happened to this character.
But yeah, she has a lot of audio. She has a lot of audio things.
Oh, goodness.
And she's also in a couple novels. Okay, I say a couple. Shouldn't have said a couple. She's in a lot of novels. She's in a lot of short stories. She's in a lot of comics. And she's in the reference book. So yeah, she has come back into play, just not in the show until now.
Yeah. Yeah, just not in the show.
Yeah, just not in the show. I'm gonna make sure no one said anything while I've been like popping around. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, what's next on my to-do list? As soon as I get past some of these more mundane things, it'll be a little... I'll actually be having to like go searching for stuff. Alright, so we're going to need to do that. And we make a birch fence. I'm gonna make everything. Maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow, definitely not tomorrow since I'm not gonna play this tomorrow probably. Tomorrow the plan for the stream is to continue my 100 games thing and do Final Fantasy 9.
There you go.
So, not like anyone was really paying attention to me doing that. But I was enjoying doing it, and I'm gonna continue doing it because I would like to play these 100 games before I die.
There you go. That is the point. But yeah, when it comes to Doctor Who stuff, I'll be honest. I mainly try to keep up with just the TV stuff.
Yeah, but it
Cause if
like
I
to get
spread
a
it
lot of
out,
the stuff, we really need to go a little bit more into some of this, into like deeper dives and stuff. Like it's just like one of those things. Like I said, it's similar to how like Marvel does, or not Marvel. Wait a minute. I mean, yeah, it's kind of similar to like how Star Wars more does, where it's just like, you know, you have to like pay attention to all these things in order to fully understand everything. And because like Marvel does it a little bit, like with their um the fact that they've got the TV shows and stuff now.
Yeah, yeah. The whole thing
Like,
about in Marvel, there's a reason why certain people just don't watch it because they go, I am not gonna try to catch up with 20 years worth of all of this to
yeah,
understand everything.
and that's kind of why they're
Because
trying
that
like that's kind of why they're trying to make it to where the new stuff is the new stuff. You don't have to pay attention to all that stuff. You can start at end game, or you can start after end game. Like,
hmm
that's why they're trying to do that.
Yeah, yeah, but it's just that none of the stuff is really making the impact they want it to.
And that happens sometimes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I made the joke to a lot of people like, yeah, guys, you got to remember how many times things flop before they actually succeeded. You got to remember, a lot of this stuff did not do well the first times that it happened. People were actually surprised when Iron Man, when Iron Man did well, they went,
Yeah,
oh
like,
wait, this actually did well.
no one was expecting Iron Man to do well in that thing. They cast a
Yeah,
person who was not like the top choice for anyone, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Because I think at that time period, he was just literally coming off being blacklisted from a bunch of stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had been blacklisted because of his addiction problem, but he
And
had recently
yes,
managed to get back in with some stuff by because of a trying to remember somebody who is currently on the blacklist for people. I don't know about actual Hollywood blacklist, but like people are kind of blacklisting this one person, but I forget who it is right now. Um, and you know, this person gave him an opportunity, and he took that opportunity, did a really good job, and it has been keeping up with everything ever since. You know,
yep, yep, took that opportunity and managed to launch a franchise.
which is why it's really good to give people second chances. If a
Oh
person
yeah,
actually seems like they have cleaned up their act, it's good to give them another chance.
yeah.
Alright, I need 6 pieces of iron. I know I've got some somewhere. Where's my iron? Did I already, like... Oh, I've used it already to make that pickaxe. Duh.
But yeah, yeah. With the stuff that Marvel's, the sad flops that they made, which I'm still kind of upset with the Eternals.
Yeah,
That one still just left a bad taste in my mouth.
yeah, that was one of the
I'm like,
ones.
you hyped this up. You had the makings of something great. You literally had an all-star cast.
And like that was one of the
How,
things
how
that
did you have
really
this?
that was one of the things that actually like bit them in the ass at the end of the day, because it's like you had an all-star cast, but you didn't know how to properly utilize everyone so that no one would be upset, and it's just like, you're gonna upset people. Just do the story the best way you can, you know? Don't worry about
Honestly, I
upsetting
just looked at
people. Did you just sit in here?
I just looked at them and went, okay, you understand that you took a story that had, almost that had actual billions of years in the making.
Yeah,
An actual
quite
story
literally.
from the dawn of man
Like,
till now. And
it would
you,
have,
you condensed all of that into 15 minutes.
like, like, what they really should have done is they should have done, like, a first movie. And then let the second movie be about the future parts. But actually do, like, a first movie. Let us get to know these characters. You know? You might need to try that again. You might need to try that one again. What is this?
All right, is this better?
What is that? What did I just do? What the frick is this
Is
stuff?
this better?
Yeah. Where am I?
Okay.
A moss block? What is
But
this?
yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my god, that was lighting things up? What the frick is this? Glowberry? I am so confused right now. I have never seen some of this stuff. Amount of stuff that
Must have
Minecraft
did an update.
amount of stuff that Minecraft has done that I haven't experienced because I just don't play it that much. Like, when I play it, I enjoy playing it, but like a lot of times I just don't have enough time to just play it.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, yeah, when it came to that movie, even Marvel itself just goes, we're gonna pretend like this never existed.
well, I mean,
You
that's
just
the
sit there
thing.
and
They
go,
are referencing the things that happen in it now. Like, they are actually
now.
yeah. Like, Captain America, Captain America, Brave New World, it brings
Yeah,
it up.
they finally got around to, explaining the new landmass in the ocean.
And like, I haven't gotten to see it yet, but I think that it actually has something to do with, like, I think the Red Hulk winds up having something to do with that stuff. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet.
It did.
Oh, there's a bunch of iron. Yay.
But yeah, you would think that, that movie would have had a bigger impact, but at least at this point they now are referencing it in another movie,
So,
which at this point is a good thing, I guess. But
well,
it took them this long.
yeah, it was that whole thing of just like, because they just didn't do that well with it. It just they just had a
So
lot of
many
problems.
characters. That was the whole problem with the movie. If they had just bisected the movie into 3 different movies to make you care about all the characters.
And
Because I'm
like
just sitting here going,
like
there was 12 characters in that one movie, right?
I mean, like, one of the other things, you can have that many characters, but you can't just speed through literally billions of years, you know, and expect anyone to care about any of the characters. And like, they've got their social media people going out there trying to make people believe that the speedster that they did in Eternals is better than Grant Gustin's Flash as a speedster character, and it's like, who the hell is actually buying that shit? Like, who is buying this shit? Like, you realize, like, it is obvious that you are doing the social media stuff for this. Like, just fucking deal with your mistake, okay? Deal with your mistake, own your mistake, turn it into not a mistake. You know, it's very much harder to do than it is to say, and I recognize that. But if you just continue pretending like it was not a mistake and there is nothing to correct, then you're never going to actually figure out how to fix things. Like, the first thing you have to do is actually understand, yes, you made a mistake.
It's like you got it just looking at them going, okay, we need to at least get you into the AA program so that we just understand that yes, this was a bad thing. You, you made a mistake. It's time to apologize now.
Not even
No, you're not at
apologize,
apology
just like figure out how to correct it. Because it's like, you made the mistake, right? But you need to understand that a mistake happened, and a mistake, the way that you fix a mistake is you fix the mistake. So basically, you admit you did not let us get to know the people, and let us get to know the people so that now when we watch the movie, when we rewatch the movie, so that we can be prepared for whatever's coming up next, we actually do care about the people, you know? That's how
I'm
you
gonna tell
actually,
you right
that's
now.
how you can fix the mistake.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now that they ain't going back to the Eternals. The Eternals just gonna be some subplot in some other movie. It's gonna be some other movie's B plot. That's what the Eternals gonna end up being. I don't see them getting their own, a sequel that they were supposed to get. That ain't happening. It flopped too hard.
So, anyways, it is 10 o'clock, so I guess we need to go ahead and wrap it up. I want to make this one last
Fair.
thing. I'll make this one last thing. We're gonna make a door, iron door, to add to our collection of stuff. Maybe next time I'll be willing to turn enemies on. But again, this was just me playing around by myself. You know?
Uh-huh.
So what's next? Oh, I have an oak trapdoor. Hold on, I can probably make some of this other stuff real quick. Shouldn't take long. So I believe I already have this stuff. No, I have the stuff to make it already. So it's not like going and getting stuff to make it. It's like I already have the stuff. But I'm not. So like, I will make these two things and then I'll put them away. But the next thing is an iron trapdoor, and I don't have enough iron to do that. So yeah, I'm not doing that one. But yeah,
gotcha.
I can put these trapdoors in. All right, so at the end of the day, I have managed to make 27 of the 1 billion items that you can possibly make in Minecraft. I know 1 billion is not actually the right number. It's like, it's less than a billion, but you know, still.
It's probably a million at least.
I don't know.
As long as Minecraft has been up at this point, it's probably a billion items you can make now.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 196 plus 3, so 199. 199 total items. But that's only the items on the crafting table, by the way. That's only the items on the crafting table, because there's also the smithing table, the campfire, the furnace, the smoker, the composter,
Oh my god.
the alchemy table. Let me see.
Good lord.
I think
Yeah.
there's-
You know what? Yeah. It probably close to 1,000,000. Probably close. It is at least a probably. Oh
stone,
goodness.
the stone cutter. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What's this?
Oh.
I did that earlier. I'm stupid. Anyways, yeah.
And the
We're
fact
gonna wrap
Minecraft
up
now has
today.
a movie.
We're gonna wrap up for today. Join me tomorrow if you want to play Final
Fair.
Fantasy IX. Or I guess more to the point, watch me play Final Fantasy IX. Where am I at on Final Fantasy IX? I forget where I'm at on Final Fantasy. Oh, yeah, I remember. We're like chasing the guy because he had us steal something, and now we're gonna be like, no, you weren't supposed to take that because my friends actually managed to escape without me, and shit like that. So I have criticized that game a lot while playing it. I like it. I like the game. I really like it.
Okay.
I
All
like
right.
it is very fun. But there are
Okay.
just some stupid choices that they made when they were making it. I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's what you say about Final Fantasy games just in general. It's like, I enjoyed playing it, but they made some stupid choices. You
Hey,
know?
there's a reason why some people just go, you know what? Even the stupid choices in certain ones they like, because there's a reason so many people love the Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there and just go, yeah, this is stupid, but I'm good with this level of stupid. It's the correct level of stupid.
Then you have Final Fantasy VIII. The game
Uh,
the game that is easier if you put in the Game Shark code that says keep me at level 1.
oh, the one game that everybody just goes, oh, oh, you play 8, huh?
Yeah, I love how like
How was it?
I think I saw this it was like on TikTok where it's like someone saying what your favorite Final Fantasy game says about you. And it like did a bunch of them, and then it got to Final Fantasy VIII. If your favorite is Final Fantasy VIII, that means that you don't care what other people think, and you absolutely don't care that you're wrong.
I would have just made the joke of, oh, your favorite's 8? Okay. Tell me your real one now. Wait, what? Yeah, tell me your real one now, because you said that to be edgy. You said that to be a unique snowflake. What's your real
Alright.
favorite?
Well, if anyone wants to follow me on social media, I'm at StereoStar. I usually share these on YouTube, but for some reason, Twitch is being really weird about connecting to my YouTube account. So I'm having to download them so that I can upload them to YouTube later. There is a possibility, and I was looking into it about us streaming on YouTube from now on, so that I can just skip the middleman. Especially since really I have 37 followers on here, so it's like I don't think I'd be losing much. You know, I do this mostly for fun, anyways. So yeah, I might just wind up doing the streaming on YouTube from now on. I just have to figure out how exactly it works. So there's a possibility that tomorrow's stream will be on YouTube. So we'll see. But if Twitch gets back to me about the whole thing that I'm having issues, if Twitch gets back to me about it, then maybe.
Maybe get back to you by next week. Maybe.
Yeah, let me go and check my email right now. Maybe they've gotten back to me since then. Nope. They have not gotten back to me since I sent them. By the way, do you want to know how I had to submit this? So their whole form for submitting a contact for help is so stupid, because it's like you have to pick your main discussion point, right? And that is,
okay,
you have to pick something, okay? And I'm like, okay,
all right,
that makes sense. I just need something on the general topic. Then it says, all right, secondary or subtopic on this, right? And it's like, all right, so from this particular category, which of these things are you having issues with? And I'm like, none of those. But guess what? You can't submit it if you don't pick something from that list. And then I went through and picked every single thing from that list, and all of it just made it to where instead of being allowed to submit a freaking form to get some help, would send me to a link to another place instead. So first off, none of them actually was what I'm trying to talk about. And second off,
yeah,
they all just sent me a link to another place. So I wound up sending a thing in that was just like, yeah, I'm having trouble with my chat. And it's just like, in the description of what's going on, I'm just like, I'm not actually having trouble with my chat. It's just you wouldn't actually take any other goddamn fucking thing. So I had to submit it with this so that I could send you something, because I need help. So yeah, I am probably going to stop. Great. I'm probably going to stop streaming from Twitch, because again, like one of the things is just like, I don't have enough time to like record myself doing stuff and then go back through, edit it, and then upload it. So it's just easy to just like, I stream and then I just export to YouTube, you know? So if Twitch is going to make it difficult to export to YouTube, and I'm going to skip the middleman.
There you go.
So they have less than 24 hours to get back to me at this point. If they get back to me and they fix the problem, then I'll continue doing it like normal, you know? If they don't, then tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I am going to be figuring out how to get YouTube to live stream with me.
There you go.
So that at 8 o'clock,
I was about to say, more than likely, knowing how these things work with those kind of companies, you got to give them a whole week to reply to your email
Yep.
or whatever form you have to send in.
Anyways, I'm tired. So
Fair.
I'm gonna head out. I hope everyone has a good day. Hope everyone had a good start of your week. And we will be back on Wednesday, just possibly not on Twitch. So pay attention to my social media. And if you don't know, because you were not paying attention the 5 billion times that I've said it in the past, and if you haven't looked at my name and just tried searching it, it is Sirio Star on all social media platforms. Pay attention to that, and you will be able to get word about what's going on. In the meantime, wish me luck on getting these last edits done. I was going to work on them today, but was so stressed out because of the phone issue that I wound up not doing any of that.
All right.
It would have been a perfect day to work on them too, because like I said earlier, my oldest is staying a night at a friend's, so the only thing that
Yeah.
I had to worry about was making sure I ate something. Which I know is sometimes a thing that I do forget to do, you know, if I don't have somebody that I'm making sure that I'm caring for. So, all right, well, good night, everybody.